All right, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how to create your own graphics using Canva. You first off, you want to make sure that your team leader adds you to the UBAM Home Office branding page on Facebook. It's a group. In there, under the photos, under the albums, you can get logos and just different branding elements. I can't remember what word I was looking for. You can also get the branding guide. It's also in your consultant manual that comes with your kit. But you're going to definitely want to make sure that you read through this branding guide because it tells you about the logos that you can and cannot use, the types of colors that you can and cannot use, and also the fonts. They are really, it's really important to stick to the branding guidelines so everything looks put together and concise. So when you're using stock images, if they're not your own images, a lot of times there's copyright laws on them. I like to use a site called Pixabay. It's pixabay.com. You can search for images here. So let's say I want a sandy beach to do a summer post. I could click on that, and let's say I want this one. As long as when I click on it, it says CCO public domain, free for commercial use, I can download that picture or save the image and use it. Some of them are do cost money, so you'd have to see which ones you want, but you are able to get a lot of really cool pictures using this website. So once you have your logos downloaded, whatever pictures you want downloaded, and you understand the branding guidelines, you can go and select which design you want. You can make your own custom dimensions. You can do some quick selects up here. Otherwise, you can go to create a design, and it'll give you a lot more options for different sizes and like if they're PDFs or JPEGs or however you want to do it. A lot of times for just my regular party posts or my VIP group posts, I just do the social media one. And that's just a square graphic. So once you decide which logos you want to use, you can do your uploads. So that's probably the most time consuming when you first start out. I do use this for work too, so there's some really random images in here that I have uploaded. But you can upload all these different pictures and different graphics, and then you just select those. So once you download the logos and everything to your computer, you just hit upload your own images, find them in your files, and then upload them to here, and it will keep them here until you can click on it and you can delete it from this page, but I obviously don't want to delete that one. So for instance, if you like this was on the Pixabay site, and I really love this one since it has the hot air balloon. I used this one for the Reach for the Stars, for some of my Reach for the Stars graphics. And so you can select it, you can resize it, and say I wanted to do the Reach for the Stars. One of the branding things is if you use any of the Usborne Books and More elements, you do need to put in a logo. So it's way down there, so I could probably scroll down and find it here quick. But as far as like the colors and the text, things like that, backgrounds, anything like that, you're going to want to make sure that you have those elements correct and you're following branding guidelines. If you have any questions, ask your team leader or post it on the UBAM branding Facebook group. If you have questions about something, people are really willing to help. And it's more important to make sure that your graphics are correct right away than to spend all the time making one and then finding out that you're doing it incorrectly. So you want to make sure you're doing it correctly right away. So I have made a lot of graphics here, so it's taking me a while to get down there. I need to go through and delete some of these. Here we go. Okay, so here are some of the logos I had uploaded when I first started. So I want to make sure that I use the correct one that says independent consultant because I'm not an educational consultant yet. So let's say, for instance, that I'm going to put it down here. You can resize them. You can do all sorts of stuff. So then let's say I want to add in some text. I just go to the left-hand side here. I can select one of these. I could do one of these, but then I would have to change the type of font it is. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this right away. So let's say I'm blanking. let's say book now. Let's just do that. You probably wouldn't want to make a graphic that says book now because it's kind of a salesy thing. I'm just doing whatever. So you can say change the size right here. There's all different sizes you can do. You can change the color. I'm just going to do white, but let's say for instance you wanted to do a brand color. I saved these 3, but I'm going to show you how you can do the branding colors. So here are the fonts. Canva only has ClickerScript and Alio. And I believe it has Arial too. I can't remember for sure. But there are ways to upload the other graphics or download the other graphics, however you want to say it. I just don't know how to do that. I have not done that yet. So, for instance, if I wanted to do a blue font here, I would just copy this number, and then I would go into Canva and I would put the color code right here. And that automatically selects that blue color that is our branded color. So then I could go ahead and change the size however I wanted it. And then I go in here for the font, and I know that ClickerScript is available and I know that Alio is available, so I'm going to go ahead and do the Alio since I want it a little bit more bold. And whoop, there we go. And so now it is the branded color and the branded font. And I have my logo in there as well. So now I can make my graphic however I want. So this is a Reach for the Stars program. So this is an actual reading incentive program. If you are not doing the reading incentive program, then you're not going to want this particular graphic in there. So yeah, so that is how you do like the font and a regular graphic. You can also add in other elements. You can do photos in here. Some of them are free, some of them do cost money. They say free on them if they're free, and if they cost money, they have a little $ by them. You can upload a certain amount and then just keep it in your account and use it whenever you want. So that is something that is an option too. You can do all sorts of layouts. You can do different backgrounds. Like I said, you can do your uploads, whether it's logos or photos, things like that, whatever you want to do. And that's how you do it. So then you want to make sure that your changes are saved, so you can go ahead and save. And then you can also rename it here so that you have the correct name under it. Oops, there we go. So you can rename it here and then click done, and then you want to click download. So I always choose JPEG. You can do whatever you want. If I was doing a letter sized, I would probably do a PDF print and a JPEG so that one was printable and one was easier to share on social media. So depends on what you want to do, and then you just click download. And you could download it to your computer, upload it to your Google Drive or your Facebook group or however you want to do it. You can also add a new page, which will add a blank page, or, it's blank with the background. If you want this and just to edit it a little bit, I could just duplicate it and copy the page itself, not just the background. And then I could say book now, or, book in the next hour, so I could make constant or consistent graphics without having to redo each one or save it and then edit it. I can just have this whole file, and then I can choose which ones I download. So I could choose, to download page 2, or I could download 1 through 3, or however I wanted to do that. So just play around with it. It's really fun to be able to get creative and make your own graphics in all different sizes. You can do the Facebook banners, all sorts of stuff. So you can do your PDFs, so your printable forms and all that kind of stuff. You just want to make sure that you're following branded guidelines, so that you don't do something you're not supposed to be doing. But other than that, it's really fun, so get creative and have fun with it.